Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Locked On Seminoles instant reaction on the announcement that Chubba Purdy will be leaving the Florida State Seminoles and entering his name in the transfer portal. So I just want to come on here real quick, do a quick recap of Chubba Purdy the recruit, Chubba Purdy the player, and what this may mean for the program going forward. So as a recruit, Chubba Purdy was a four-star recruit out of Arizona. He had that sort of connection to Norvell and Dillingham from their time out there. And if y'all remember what feels like years ago, but was, only, 700 days ago, he was the first big get for Mike Norvell, right? We had told the young man who is now at Georgia Tech, he decommitted. There was some back and forth on whose decision that was. Chubba was committed to Louisville at the time, and bringing him over was seen as a huge win for Norvell. So he came in and Chubba got injured, I think, during the spring scrimmage. So it wasn't the spring game yet. Norvell had always had his players live contact all of them to get quarterbacks ready. Chubba got tackled, broke his collarbone, and he just was never really able to get healthy through camp and all that. And eventually he got some action. We saw him against Louisville. We saw him against NC State. Last year he finished the year 27 of 53, having to again leave because of the same collarbone injury to get some surgery on that. 219 yards, 4.1 yards per throw, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, although Drake and Dave will point this out. A couple of those were drops in that Louisville game. Look, he had a great arm. He was an athlete. We saw him, 2 weeks ago now, went 5 for 5 against UMass. And I think this just comes down to a young man that thinks he's ready to play, ready to start, ready to take the helm of an offense, and didn't see that opportunity at Florida State. His statement just says, "I want to thank the Seminole fans and Florida State community for all their support during my time at Florida State. After careful consideration and a discussion with my family, I'll be moving on towards new beginnings. With that said, I'll be entering the transfer portal. Thank you and God bless." Immediately, there's some stuff about it's a short statement. I don't make too much of that. But, this is a guy that a lot of people felt was the future of your quarterback room, and it just didn't quite happen. We live in an era where if a young man is not playing right away, it's always going to be a transfer risk. He's in his second year. He's fully healthy this year. And I think to start looking at the program going forward, he may have felt like he wasn't going to have as much of an inside track to the starter job next year as he would like as a third-year college player. And I'm not going to judge a kid for that. It's totally within his right to go find somewhere to play football and, not have to sit on a bench if he doesn't want to. I think there was some frustration with his playing time this season so far. I mean, look, we were struggling at the beginning of the year. Anybody who plays the position of quarterback is going to think, hey, maybe I can fix this, put me in. Didn't happen. We, again, didn't see him until UMass, and kind of what we've heard is he was told there'd probably be some more playing time for him in the Clemson game and they'd use him a bit. That didn't happen. So that's probably the reason for the announcement coming when it did. Wish him all the best. Again, former 4-star recruit. That's a loss. But hey, looking ahead, we've got Jordan Travis, who I believe is still a redshirt sophomore because of the COVID year. And we also still committed have A.J. Duffy coming in, who most people say is getting better and better. He's going to be, I never like to project true freshmen to start, especially over an experienced guy, but he'll definitely be an add to the quarterback room. Now you lose Mackenzie Milton. So next year we're down to one experienced quarterback, plus Tate Rodemaker, who's played intermittently. And it's going to be interesting to see how that develops. I'm sure we will talk about it a lot more tonight on our episode that'll drop tomorrow. So look out for Locked On Seminoles daily on YouTube and on your favorite podcast platform. I'm Max, and this was a Locked On Seminoles instant reaction.